Hello shape enthusiasts, in the last episode of our Hexagonal Factory series, we unlocked pin pushing and set up the foundations for crystal making. This episode, we complete milestone 7, unlocking crystal making and using it to establish our final milestone factory. We'll be making good use of all 3 staging areas to advance our tasks, but one of them will push us to create a new bespoke blueprint. Let's dive in and see what other challenges await. Our milestone 7 factory is currently hard at work, finishing off the last of its milestone, and then we'll be ready to tackle crystal milestones. While it's doing that, we will crack on with some tasks. So we've just finished off this task, Asteroid Hunter. Yeah, I can see why they call it Asteroid Hunter, but we don't need to hunt any asteroids because we have staging areas. Let's complete that off. I suppose we can use that area to start Galactic Lotus. This is a cool looking shape. It's all kind of straightforward. It's just like the 3 different shapes, a bit of white and a bit of blue. So a lot of color mixing, but that should be fine. Color mixing is not a problem for us at all. So let's go over to staging 3. I believe that's where that's all happening. Nope, I was wrong. Staging 2. Yes, staging 2 is where it's all happening. Let's get rid of most of it. Don't think we need any of this stuff. Then we've already got a lot of the color mixing we need happening. I believe if we just mix this and this, we should get white, or we can do it again. I don't know, like at the moment, let me just pin the task and see what we need. We need cyan. I'm going to keep this color mixing here. We'll change it around when we need to. At the moment, we just need blue and cyan. So let's get that going. And we just need 2 hexagons. That's super easy. We just peel blue off here with the cyan here, and then we'll just get it mixed into 2 hexagons over here. Yep. Let me just drop 2 painters and see what that might look like. Maybe one over here and maybe one down here. Something simple like that. We just need to get these 2 shapes stacked now. The cyan's coming out of this side and it needs to be on the top. And I believe that's exactly what's happening. Excellent. We will get that shape routed into one of our transport areas back to be thrown into the vortex. Now, let's check on what's going on with these other tasks. So let's see what's happening at staging 1. Remind ourselves what staging 1 is doing. So it was doing this. Isn't this exactly what we want? Yep. Okay, so it's just still in the middle of doing that. What is staging 3 doing? Nothing, because nothing's coming out of here because this is blocked. Excellent. Let's check a bin here. Yeah, I believe this rotation and whatever's coming out of here should make the top part of that shape, which should merge with that shape, which should get us our final shape. Great. So our 3 staging areas are hard at work. We can probably utilize some of our staging areas to double up on some tasks. Let's see what we can do. So this staging area is on second last part of the task. I'm tempted to use it again because really it just needs to make this arrow shape again up the top, and that arrow shape only takes one more gear. I keep saying arrow, I meant gear. It only takes one more gear shape. So I still have, wait, is this all gears literally? Okay, so I still have 3 more gears on staging 3 and plenty more color. So let's see if I can't pick a task that doesn't take too many gears. I don't see any gears on this shape. Do I? Is it just hexagons, flowers, and hexagons? That sounds perfect for the other half of staging 3. Let's do it on here. So the first shape is pretty straightforward. It's just an uncolored hexagon stacked on top of a red flower. We can surely manage that. Where's all the colors coming in there? So maybe I'll do my things on this side. Yeah, that sounds good. Does that sound good? We'll just do it side by side. I don't think it takes that much effort, right? All right, let's get a flower and let me pin the task and then we can see what we need. Layered petals. So we need a flower and a hexagon. Yep, that's fine. I don't want to like intersect these things. Maybe we'll just do it on this side. Like this. Flower and hexagon. It's like too much space. One of them needs to be red, one is uncolored. That's super straightforward. Not the hexagon needs to be red, just the flower needs to be red. Let's get that painted. There's our red flower. And to that, we just need to stack the hexagon. So what if I just move this up one, like that, and then we can just stack on like this. Nothing complicated. Put our stacker down. Our blank hexagon is on the top. That makes sense. Our red flower is on the bottom. Red is coming. Everything is excellent. Let's have a look at how much we need to upgrade everything. I mean, there's no harm in unevenly upgrading stuff, right? There's literally no harm in just upgrading our belts first. We don't need to wait for 150 points. Cool. Everything should be progressing along. Let's just double check on everything. So staging number 1 is still not working because whatever this shape is obviously wrong. Let me just double check closer. Why is it not doing anything? Am I crazy? First of all, this shape is barely producing any of the shape. What is going on over here? Well, it is working, but it's just very slow for some reason. Like I'm still thinking these asymmetric, this can't be being slowed by painters, right? I still think the asymmetry is causing massive issues for some reason. Either that or the paint's not keeping up. Did I not upgrade this blue painter? No, this blue painter is extracting on 3 levels. As is this. So there's definitely something terrible with this asymmetry. I feel like whenever I introduce any sort of asymmetrical cutting, everything just happens like unevenly. So yeah, I might just stop that at some point. Don't like how slow these are. Not sure, but that's fine. Things are progressing slowly. Our Galaxy Lotus is working and we need to turn our cyan into white. Okay, cool. So we're not using any of these painters. So why don't we just plug one of these cyans into the input of the other one like this. And then that should now be white, right? We don't need this yellow ever again. The shape hasn't changed in any way, shape or form. So that's fine. Before I kick that off, I just want to check staging 3 is now functional. Now this side is stopped completely, also missing a bin. Where did all my bins go? What? How was this shape ever working when all the bins were missing? Weird. Okay, that's fine. So that one's working, that one's working. Now my milestone 7 is complete, so let's crack on with milestone 8. We need to find some way to do it and figure out how to crystal make this thing. Alright, let's figure out what this shape is. This is our final milestone shape, so let's not screw it up. That's pretty easy. That's just a hexagon trefoil filled in with red crystal. Then it's just a white flower that's been pinned up. Cool. Then why this shape doesn't look like it's changed at all. It just needs another white. Cool. Then underneath the pin layer, we're just crystallizing with cyan. Then we need to stack them on top of each other. That's not possible. Whoa. We have to change the order of operations. We basically have to stack this on top of this, then crystallize cyan. Okay, that's fine. We can definitely find somewhere to do it. So all we need is hexagons. Yeah, all we need is hexagons and a flower. Okay, that can't be hard to find. I'm just gonna look around, look for somewhere to do this. I have no idea what I marked this area for, but there was a flower marked here, but that's not being used for anything. Then I just need what colors? A cyan, which is red, oh well, blue and green, and then a red, and then they all turn into white. Okay, so I just need a bunch of colors. How many whites do I need? Let's just quickly count it. I need 1 white to paint. I just need 2 whites for painting, 2 reds for crystal making, 2 greens and 2 blues. All right, so 2 of each other. I need 2 of each color for crystals, and I need 2 of each color for crystals. Then I need an RGBB for white. Okay, that's fine. We just need to find somewhere with lots of RGB, like maybe here somewhere. Yeah, if we do it here, we can take the... Is there a flower around here? No, because there's no like RGB here, so it's kind of annoying. It's easier for me to just transport the flower over here, so let's just do that. All right, let's get this loaded into anything. It doesn't really matter. Let's get a stop. Let's get a train. Don't ask me why I'm not using any of my existing blueprints for this stuff, but whatever. Let's get that over. We're going to bring it over somewhere where there's RGB, right? Like here. And there's also a hexagon like right here. So if we just bring this over, and we'll just unload it right here in the middle of all this RGB. Like this. And now we have flower in the middle. We need to get hexagon and all of the color. Let me just quickly go and do that. Here's our hexagon. We'll just bring it all close. I don't care where. Let's bring in all our color. We'll try to bring as much color as we can because I counted how many I need, but I don't really remember. But let's just bring all of it. Costs us nothing now. We've got 4,500 platform units. I don't anticipate we'll ever use that up ever again. Uh-oh. Tell me I can fit. This is a super weird and jagged asteroid. Surely I can fit more than 3 somehow. Well, if I need more than 3 green, I know I can squeeze it in somehow. But color asteroids are annoying as always. Excellent. Now we just need blue. Alright, let's do all the color mixing that we need. So for the first part of the shape, we just need red and white. So I'm going to bring my white mixer over here. And we just want the output, doesn't really matter where. Now, which double color am I going to pick? I don't want to use red. And I don't want to use... Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Which one do I have the most of? I have the most red. Maybe I'll just use red then. No, I'll use blue. We've got the same amount of blue, right? Yep, we do. So we're using 2 belts of blue here. We're using 1 belt of red and 1 belt of green. That's fine. Now we're making 4 belts of white. That should be double what we actually need for anything. Now we also need 2 belts of red for crystal making, and we need to turn this shape into its hexagon, well, trefoil version of it, right? So we need our hexa border. Do we have a hexa border that just does it, or do I have to like cut this in half myself first? Let's have a look. Let me just go back to, I think we were doing it over here, and we'll just steal whatever we're doing here. So a full shape is coming in and 2 things are coming out. Okay, so this hexa border just does what I need it to do basically. Oh, I didn't marker this new area. Let's see if I can find it again. Is it just here? Yeah, let me chuck down the hexa border and let me marker this place. We will call this milestone 8 and I'll give it the correct icon. Just like that. Now this should give us 2 trefoiled hexagons, right? Hexabordered, trefoiled. I like to call this process trefoil because a trefoil is this 3-part shape with missing stuff. But if it's being like mixed in with not missing stuff, then that's a hexaboard, right? I think that makes more sense. Not that naming convention matters too much at the end of this series, like right now. But yeah, let's just grab one of them. I don't even need to double it up, do I? There's no point doubling it up unless I double up the flowers as well. I could double up the flowers, I mean. Let's have a look. Now let's double up everything. Why? Ah, this is like a really old extractor. It's not even extracting on 3 levels. What the heck? When did I build this thing? I think I built this thing to mark an area with flowers to take for a staging area and then just never did that. Alright, it's fine. I've got my shape. Let's just do it on 1 level. We've got a billion tasks to do, so I don't anticipate we finish all our tasks before we finish this milestone. If it is the case, we'll just double up whatever the heck we're doing here, right? It's not going to be an issue. So let me just chuck down my bin. Let me pull out one of these and we'll get it painted. Still like right here, doesn't really matter, does it? That's our white flower. Our white flower is separate to our red hexagon. Alright, so we need to get a crystal maker. Oh, I can fit this on my blueprint menu now. Amazing. Let's go bring out, nope, not color mixer. Crystal maker. And let's chuck that onto our menu. Now, a crystal maker takes a shape in, a color in, and yeah, something like this. Get the shape in. Let's get red in the other side. We need 2 belts of red. Like that, and that should get our crystalled thing. Yep, cool. Now we need to transport these 2 things back to base. So where should we do that? Just like over here somewhere, I guess. We need cargo loading. I'm just going to steal this from any one of my staging areas. Doesn't matter how many loading or unloading ports it has. It doesn't affect its efficiency, I don't think. Although the amount of trains is kind of annoying. Alright, we'll get that cargo hooked in, and we will get this straight into any cardinal rail system. I believe this one over here is the easiest. So we'll drag here, and then we'll just go all the way to the left. Something like that. Why is there a kink here? Great. That's all done. Our milestone 8 should be functional. Let's just double check it is delivering white flowers. Ah, there was a pinning process involved, wasn't there? Yes. Lucky I remembered. So these are white pinned flowers, and these are unpinned regular hexagon crystalled with red. Excellent. Alright, all my other tasks appear to be done except for this flower, which is a bit concerning. Did I make this flower and just never deliver it anywhere? Excellent. Good job. So look, what is it doing? It is actually doing the right shape, right? Great. Let's collect ourselves some more. Whoa, look at all these operator points. That's a lot of money. Let's get some tasks done. Yep, that one's done. We've got 94 points. We can unlock cutting. Now, with all of that done, we can do the last part of this shape, which is basically just making that red thing again and then rotating it. So that's pretty easy to do because we can just copy exactly what we've done. Like a little bit over here. We'll get another shape coming out. So we'll replace that one. This one can replace this one. What am I doing? That one can replace that one, and then this one can go feed the new one. Great, and then I just need another belt of red. It's only being consumed once. It's being consumed once, twice, and we have 3. Perfect. So we can get another one going over here. Just like that. That should give me the exact same shape coming out at exactly the same orientation because I'm doing all the exact same processes. Now, this is a rotator, is it not? Let's unrotate that. And, oh man, now I don't know what rotation it comes out in. So normally it rotates like that, counterclockwise 60 degrees. Because this one's making it, yeah. What? I'm so confused, 1 second. Yeah. Counterclockwise 60 degrees, I believe, is the answer that I'm looking for. And then through that, we just need to stack on top of this shape. That's the top, that's the bottom. Excellent. Let's get that going. I wonder if hexagonal mode will throw any actual challenges at us. I feel like everything here is reasonably straightforward nowadays. So yeah, hopefully we get some tricky shapes when the crystals come. But at the moment, everything is just business as usual. So here we just need to add on a red bit. So let's go back over to staging 1. Everything here is still happening all terribly and slowly, I'm assuming. Stuff is fully backed up. Why? Why would anything be fully backed up and not flowing at all? It's super weird. I hate this whole thing. Yeah, I think the system just gets confused when there's just like too much stuff going on and things being cut apart and whatnot. Like it's just not even cutting anymore. Why? What have I done? Let me troubleshoot this. I'm super curious. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think like too much asymmetry just like screws up everything. Oh man, that's annoying. Maybe we'll take the time and finally create ourselves another blueprint to... We'll do it like a 1 to 3 cutting platform, but instead of cutting it out... Basically, we just want to cut a symmetrical shape out and split the diagonal part away from the other parts. So I think we'll just do that blueprint because that blueprint is not very hard to do, right? Let me just get another shape coming out and let's see if we can't do that. But before we get that going, let's get this shape going because that's pretty... Oh, there's 2 more shapes on it. That's fine. We'll do it in staging 3, 2, one of these stagings. What is it? It's a uncolored flower and a blue gear. Okay, that's fine. Well, we've got uncolored flower already coming out here. And we need a blue gear. So we've got blue coming and it's being used once, twice. And we've got only 2. We need another blue. We need many more blues. We'll just get more blues here since it's available. And we have gear coming out here. So gear needs to be painted blue. That's fine. We can just do that with a painter. Like this. Get blue coming in like here somewhere. And this shape and this flower just needs to stack. So we need to do it all the way down here. Flowers on top. Just like that. Then this needs to stack on top. Yep. Pretty simple fix. That should get that shape going. This shape's almost done. Let's go back to staging 1 and start on our blueprint. We haven't had to make many new blueprints, so let's do it. So basically we take this shape out. We cut it once. Is there a swapping solution that we can do? I swear there's a simple swapping solution we can do with this, right? If we just like rotate one of them and swap them back together, does that just give me what I want? Swap. I believe if I just rotate both, it gives me what I want. This is like the sort of asymmetrical pattern that I want out. Now I need like 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, remember this will only work on a uniform shape. It doesn't work asymmetrically. So that's fine. We need to jump these out because they're different shapes now. I'm just going to do this on a 2x2 because if we want to condense stuff, we'll do that in a blueprint design series. Where's the center point? Around here. Doesn't really matter where, right? Okay, we'll do it here. And we'll do one a little bit offset like this. So that's one. That one will feed this one. That one will feed this one. Then we just need 2 more of these systems flipped. Like that. This one will feed this one. And this one will feed this one. Great. This will get me bow ties out. Now we just need to get these 8 belts out into the corresponding things. So these 2 can go straight out this way. Then these 2 can follow. We'll get it to jump to be quicker. That works out perfectly. Yep, should be fine. Now we need these 4 to go out there. That shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully I didn't miss anything silly. Add a couple more jumpers and we'll copy this up to 3 floors. Something like that, nothing too crazy. That looks good to me. Now we just need to save this blueprint as something. We'll just save it into the main folder and we'll call it full to third and 2/3. I have no idea what to name this thing. It doesn't matter. I don't anticipate we're going to use this blueprint very often. But it is very useful for what we're doing here. So let me just get this pointed downwards. Cool. I'm going to get rid of this old system because I don't like it anymore. But if I get a couple of these going, that should give me all the bits and pieces that I need. We need to get one of these bits painted red and one of these bits painted blue. So let me go and do that. Bring a red over. Red's got a bit of ways to go. So we need, where's my bit that I want painted? This part and this part. So they need to go into painters. That is not how a painter works. Doesn't matter which one I do, right? Like that. Like that. And then I need just the base, well, these 2 just basically need to stack together. The red one needs to rotate 60 degrees counterclockwise. So let's get that rotation in. Now these 2 need to stack together. So let me bring the stacking. Doesn't matter what top and bottom for this part. That's the top shape. The bottom shape is just one of these. So let me bin the other half of this shape. We'll bin this one. Then we'll just bring this shape over to be stacked somewhere like here. Then we can stack that on the bottom. So we need to flip this. And that should be our final shape that we need, being produced at a reasonable speed as opposed to before. And this is a much cleaner design. I don't have to like asymmetrically cut things 17 times. And I'm sure that will be really handy for this stuff. See, these are all the same pattern, right? It's just that middle bit cut out, so should be fine. I don't anticipate these asymmetrical things will have the same problem as what we had before, hopefully. Cool, we'll check back in on that in a short while. Let's have a look at why milestone 8 hasn't done a single thing yet. It's been a while, so it should have made something. Or is it done? No, it is done. All right, we need to do the next part of the shape. So we need to turn the middle bit white and we need to crystal cyan onto it. Let's go and check out milestone 8 and get that kicked off. So we already have our white paint ready. We just need to paint this shape white. It doesn't matter where we do it. So let me just peel off a white. Probably peel it off from the end bit. Not that it matters. But we can get a painter right here. Like that, and get the paint in. Now that should be done. Here we just need to crystal, because it's already pinned, we just need a crystal maker. I'm just going to copy the crystal maker. We need the color in and the shape in. Where can we do this? The shape input is where? Is there. Like that. Yeah. This is horrible. Why did I leave no room for myself to work here? Alright, let's just do it out here, because I don't want to deal with this anymore. Get rid of all this. Because we're going to change the order of operations later as well, so I don't want to cram myself in too hard. So I need cyan. So we haven't been making cyan, have we? Yeah. Alright, we need to make cyan. So let me get my color mixer. Cyan is just blue-green. Pretty straightforward. There's blue, there's green. I believe green's only being used once, blue's being used twice, but we have more than enough to fulfill that. That's 2 belts of cyan. Let's get them linked together and let's get it into the color mixing portion of our crystal maker. Done. Very simple stuff so far. I can't believe this is the last milestone shape. There's literally nothing tricky about it. I think the hard factory, from a technical perspective, is actually a lot harder than the Hex factory mode, which is very interesting. That's fine. Not complaining that it's too easy. Let's do some upgrades while we wait. This shape is finally done, so let's decommission it. We've got 100 points. What do we upgrade? Anything useful at all? Yes, thank you. Go away. Let me not show completed. There's nothing else useful to unlock, I don't think. Fluid stuff, I guess. Sure, just in case we need to transport fluid, but I don't anticipate that we do. Can do some wires, make ourselves a hex man. What do you guys think? Get more foundations. Oh, we could get foundations 3 or foundations 4, but I don't anticipate we need that either. But yeah, that shape is coming out, that shape is going, everything's going. Excellent. Let's go do some more tasks. We had to go decommission a task. Which task do we have to decommission? Definitely not this one. This one is doing the correct task. No, it's not. That doesn't look right. Sorry, I forgot to get the rotation of this correct. This rotation needs to be 90 degrees in the, or 60 degrees in the clockwise fashion. So let me just chuck one down. Just double check it. Yep, I should get that going. Now, which staging area was making a shape that we've finished now? Was it staging 2? No, staging 2 is making this shape. One of the staging 3 shapes is done. Yeah, it was this one that's done, right? So this one can go away now. Bringing up most of staging 3 to deal with new shapes. Excellent. While we're here, we might as well do the staging 3 shape. So it's exactly the same, it's just turned yellow. Okay, so we can get some yellow mixing going on over here. Get a color mixer down. Like here is fine. Well, do we need more than one belt of yellow for this ever? No. Here is indeed fine. We'll get that going in. We'll get that going in. Here's our belt of yellow. We'll bring our yellow out somewhere and replace the red. Is that it? Is that the only replacement? That is not a replacement. the hexagon becomes yellow. Oh, silly. Okay, never mind. We're gonna do a little taboo. Red can come back here. Yellow needs to paint with this. So let me go and move that a little bit this way. Rotate that and just chuck it down. Oh, let's just move this all out a little bit. So let's paint the hexagon first, and then we'll get it going out. Paint up. That should get me yellow hexagon. Then the stacking process is exactly the same, so we'll just leave that. Hopefully that gets us the right shape. We'll check back in on it in a bit. More operator stuff to claim, and let's get this shape going. Head back to staging 2. I think 3 staging areas is working out nicely for us. It's a nice little pace that we're going at. It's not too fast, not too slow. What happened between these 2 shapes? Let's have a look. Between here and here, the only thing that's changed is the top shape has become cyan. Is that it? Okay. Do we have a spare cyan? We do have a spare cyan. Even easier. We need to bring the cyan over to the flower. Our flower is here. Okay. Seems doable. Then we need to like paint the flower before it goes in here. Seems doable as well. Get our painter down. Get the output into here, and that should fix that shape. Nothing too complex there either. Check back in on staging 1. Are you the correct shape now? Definitely looks like the correct shape to me. Do I need to do some platform flushing for that to work? Nope. It's doing its thing. Let's get rid of this crap. Not that we need to, but sure. I think we're ready for another shape. So let's go back to staging 3 with all the shapes. And let's see what other tasks we can do. So we are up to task number 22 out of 34. Our tasks are very slow, hence I don't feel the need to up the speed of our milestones because we've got plenty of tasks to do. We're working on cryoception badge. What is that a reference to? Somebody tell me in the comments. But this is basically a third of this thing removed. I have a cutter that does exactly that. So that shouldn't be too hard, but it uses a lot of hexagons, color, another hexagon, and a gear. That's it. We've got plenty of those shapes, so we should be fine. So we're basically taking a hexagon, and a gear. And I'm just like prepping for the future by just cutting all of this stuff. Why do I want to do that here? Because it's the same cutting process for all 3 parts of this task. Let me pin one of them. Hexagon, hexagon, gear, right? So let me just do that. So in my cutters, I have exactly a full to 2/3 cutter. So we can just put that there, there, and there. Now I can probably do 2 parts of this task at the same time, which is the blue and the cyan. So if I bring some blue, we'll give a little bit of room here. We can mix the cyan here, I guess. It doesn't really matter where we do that. Not there, actually. It does matter a little where we do that. Let's do it down here. Why don't we just do everything reasonably consistently. And bring another blue over to our shapes area. Bring our cyan out as well. So we need to paint one of these blue, one of these cyan. So let's get this going out this way, this one going out this way in 2 different painters. Like that. Then it doesn't matter which one which. Let's go this way and this way. And that's 2 of our shapes ready to go. Get them both going out. Now, what can I do with this gear shape? The gear shape eventually needs to be painted cyan as well. Yeah, okay. That's fine. We'll just get the other cyan going as well. Might as well just get this painted cyan as well while I'm at it. Cyan's on the other side. Damn. Do it this side then. Get a cyan coming out here. Lovely. That task is all prepped for like the next 3 stages. I think milestone 8 is what we should work on. It's just the final part of milestone 8. I think we just need to reorder it, and that's it. That's our final shape for milestones. Done. Hex mode is well on its way to completion. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series. It's definitely not tripped me up as hard as I thought it would, but I don't know. You guys can tell me if you've enjoyed this process. So the crystal thing needs to happen last. So I need to get these two merged together first, right? So that's our red base bit. So if I just get a stacker with this on the bottom and this on the top, then we just pump it into the crystal maker. Is that exactly what we need to do? And then we just stop delivering this shape. That can't be that simple. That feels way too simple. Let's follow that through for a little bit. The one shape getting made. We'll let it do its thing. I have a lot of faith that this is going to do what I want it to do. I'm going to go check on all my other staging areas. The red flower hasn't delivered yet. So let's go check on staging 3. Make sure that is coming out correct. That is indeed the right shape. Let's check on staging 2 to make sure this new cyan majiggy is coming out correct. That also looks like the right shape. Cool. Everything's going. It's just taking some time for the trains to load and deliver everything. Cool. This shape is almost done. We just got to get a green gear onto it. That can't be too hard to do. Let's go back to staging 1. We've got green coming out here. Let's bring it over somewhere reasonable. Then let's get a gear out. That's flower. There's the gear. Bring it down here somewhere. Get our painter in. I feel like for them to balance this game in a way that makes it fun, they need to, once you've unlocked this tech, right? Because at the start of the game, the biggest struggle is tech, right? You don't have the tech to do the things you want. But once you've unlocked the tech, the game just sort of falls apart and just becomes way too easy. So they should balance it such that by the time you unlock all of this tech, the shapes get like 10 times harder, or the volume increases a lot, or something that forces you to have to do something. Because otherwise it's just, we're just doing this for the rest of the game. Like 2 more episodes of what we're doing now and we're done. So I feel like it needs a little bit of balance. Like you don't want to have the difficult shapes like way too hard at the start, because that's just not fun, right? You don't have the tech to deal with difficult shapes. But now that you have every tech in the game unlocked, now is the time where it can just be like, all right, we're going to like triple all the volumes, and then the processes for the shapes are going to get super difficult now. And force you to have to build like a bunch of new blueprints or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a game designer. I'm a programmer. So we'll leave that to the game designers. For me, I just need to make more shapes. All right, let's get a couple more shapes going. Layered petals. Well, 2 things are done. All right, layered petals was happening at staging 3. So let's get the next stage of that going. It's just another white flower. So we need another flower. And it needs to be white. So we need to make white somewhere. Well, we're not using this other yellow. So let's get the other yellow being used now. We just need to mix a blue onto the yellow, right? Something like that. Makes white. Yep. Bring the white in somewhere that makes sense. I have nowhere to bring the white in. Oh man. Here. Big taboo happening over here, but whatever. Let's get a painter going. And there's our white flower. The white flower goes on the very bottom. So let's get that going over here. Get a stacker. I think that's the wrong way. Get that in, get that out. That's done. Let's work on this next task. What has changed? The top flower has gone from cyan to white. Okay, that should be a pretty quick fix for me, because we're already mixing white and I doubt we're using all of it. So this cyan that's going all the way to the other side just needs to become white. So we can just jump this belt somewhere else. Tack on the white over here. Get rid of the cyan completely. Get this jumped over. And that should fix that problem. What? Is it like, that's residual magenta, right? Yeah, cool. All right, everything's going. This staging 1 shape is good. Let's just double check on that, make sure we haven't done anything silly, but that is looking a lot like the right shape to me. This is going very slowly. That's fine. I don't need to finish the milestone. We've got plenty of tasks to work on. We don't need any more points. Well, let's just unlock everything. Yeah, sure, more foundations. Why not? Logic gates, simulated building. Let's unlock everything. There we go. More vortex inputs. They're all useless. This is foundation, whatever. It's all done. Okay. Everything is going. Let's work on another task then while we're waiting. This is done. This is done. Great. Staging 3 that was happening at. We just need to do some rotatings, change some colors around. We need to get magenta mixed in. So we've got cyan. Do we have all the colors that we're using for this? We're doing 1, 2 red. And we have 3 red. Yep. So we have enough red. And then for blue, we're using it once, twice, 3 times already. And there's only, wait, is there 4 blue here? No, there's only 3 blue. We need more blue. Or we can just get more blue up here somewhere. That looks okay. Now we've got 6 blue. Let's tack the blue back onto the main blue. Somewhere like here. Now we have more blue than we can use, and we can make magenta by taking a green. Is green being overused? Once, twice, and we've got 3 green. Great. We've got barely just enough to get everything going. Let's get the blue and the green in. So the blue can just come in like that. The green can come in like that. A magenta can be brought down. What are we replacing with magenta? We still need a cyan one. That's the cyan one. The blue one can be replaced with magenta. Okay. We didn't even need to get another blue. Great. Now we've got the 2 shapes. We need to get them into the right orientation. This one needs to be 180'd, I believe. Let me just check one. Yep, the hole is on the other side of that one, and that's the blue is gonna be the magenta one. So we just need to stack these 2. Let's get a stacker in there. Make sure this one that's magenta is going on the top, which is correct. Then we just need to get that out. Lovely. Why is this flower not white? Okay. That's not right. Need to get the white out, not the residual blue from my terribly created blueprint over here. Okay, that's done, that's done. Let's check on staging 2, make sure that is being produced the correct shape. It is, nothing's happening. Why? This shape is not coming out because there's no color anymore. What was this? Right, this is a newly broken stuff. There we go, fix that issue. So everything should be going now. I think we're ready for another shape. So let's go and see what else this game has in store for us. This is such a cool looking shape. Is it complex? Kind of. We don't have blueprints to cut things in this weird manner, but we'll figure it out. So let's get this pinned. We need hexagons, we need flowers, 2 flowers, a hexagon, and a gear. 2 flowers, a hexagon, and a gear. Do we have that here? We've got 2 flowers, we've got a hexagon, we've got a gear. We can do everything here. So let me just pull out the shapes that I'm eventually going to need. 2 hexagons, a flower, and a gear. We need something like that. We might need multiple of each if I want to cut things the easy way, but for now I just need this shape, which is super annoying to do. We can make a custom thing that makes this shape, or we can just use 2 hexagons, which I'm inclined to do. I like my way of doing things with destroyers because it's just so much simpler with destroyers, right? If you have, I know I can turn this shape using an asymmetrical cutter and stuff into 2 hexagons, but we've proven to ourselves that's more pain than it's worth. Whereas we have got the easy solution of just pulling 2 belts of hexagons, destroying like 83% of that shape, and getting the exact shape that we need. And with the exact shape that we need, we can just rotate and stack accordingly, right? So that's giving me the shape in the where, in the top right, and we need it, the other shape in 1 notch, 2 notches, 120 degrees counterclockwise to that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, there's a thing about efficiency and then there's a thing about simplicity, right? Like, I can do WAF swapper solutions to everything, or I can just destroy shapes and put them back together and everything will run at 100% efficiency, and I don't have to worry about any asymmetrical nonsense. And I kind of like that idea. So that will get us that shape. We need to mix some cyan. Where's all my color mixing? Do we have a spare cyan? We actually have a spare cyan. I don't know if I want to start making, like, using the color mixing from two different tasks together, but whatever. It's probably not a good idea, but I like to use things that aren't good ideas, so it suits me perfectly fine. Let's give that a flip, and that should get me that cyan shape. Get that out, and we've got another task going. Excellent. Let's just double check on everything. We know this task is definitely going. Let's see if our new systems are working at 100% peak efficiency. Look at that flow. We got flow going perfectly. Yeah, it doesn't look perfect. Still looks like something is lagging. What is lagging? One belt of this is lagging. Yeah, any sort of asymmetrical nonsense causes this stuff to lag. Now it's stopped lagging. As soon as I start looking at it, it's like perfectly fine. Is this to do with like the launches off screen not at 100%? Why is it as soon as I come here and start looking at this shape, all the belts are now fully saturated and perfectly fine? So weird. But anyway, it's delivering at a reasonable speed, so that's fine. I don't care. Let's go into staging 2. This shape is correct now, I think. Why does it look a little bit weird? But I believe it is the correct shape. I think it's just the angle. Staging 3 is working right? Nope. What? What is this nonsense? Why is this cyan again? What? Right. It's not magenta. It's not green. It's red. Oops. There we go. But the shape is correct, right? It's like the magenta part. Yeah, I know it's rotated the wrong way, but that's fine. Great. We can keep working on more tasks, or we can get the progression ready for the next part of the task. This is just half a flower and then a bit of a flower. Is it trying to ask me to create a cutting thing that separates the shape in this way now? Like the same way we did before? Is it what, like, is there going to be more tasks that have shapes split in this manner? And then this is like a 1-5 asymmetrical cut. I don't know, man. Like, is it worth making new blueprints every time it asks us to do something weird like that? Yeah, I don't know. Because then if we don't do that, we're going to need to use double the amount of flowers in our staging 2. We actually don't have enough flowers for doing that next step. Although once we need those flowers, we'll be able to consume 4 belts of flowers. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. Like, do I want to make bespoke blueprints for every single weird shape thing that it asks me to do? Or should I just use my existing blueprints and like double the amount of shape input? Don't know what's better, guys. But everything's progressing along nicely. Milestone 8 is going. It's about 1/5 of the way done. And all our other tasks are progressing along nicely. I think everything is now working properly as intended. This shape is indeed the shape that we want, although rotated the wrong way. Let's decommission this factory in staging 1. Then we can get it to work on a new shape. Maybe I'll leave the belts here. Cut this stuff. You know what? I'll leave everything. I'm just going to cut this stuff. Joy. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.